Hello, friends. It's Chapo. I think you should be mature enough to admit that last night we did take a punch.
Yeah,
but the name of the game is to get.
We got pestered.
The name of the game is to get hit and hit back.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I simply must counsel you to avoid all doom and gloom. If this hit is all it takes for you to just drop out and give up,
then
and
you're
be
a
like,
bitch.
then you're a little bitch. I'm sorry.
Honestly, yes.
We don't need no bitches on our team.
Yeah.
It's a spread of 65 delegates.
Now, and they haven't even finished allocating it.
1,215 delegates declared. 1,991 needed to win the nomination.
It's basically a tie.
It's such a small spread in a very early point. There are many, many, many delegates to acquire.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like we've taken you guys this far through the early primary states in which we said Bernie Sanders almost ran the table up until South Carolina. That was a big win for Joe Biden, and then everyone dropped out and endorsed him, and it definitely helped him in Super Tuesday.
I would really like to have been a fly on the wall at the meeting that Obama had with all the candidates on Little St. James, where they divvied up the cabinet positions for them all in exchange for their endorsements.
No, but I think you should be steely-eyed and clear and redoubled in your resolve because, as Matt said, Biden has a not by any means insurmountable lead in delegates, and the states coming up are very winnable for Bernie Sanders. So I just feel like
clear eyes, full hearts, sharp knives.
And I know, I just feel like the presidential began last night.
Absolutely.
And it's a two-man between Biden and Bernie Sanders. And that's it. And to echo something you said last night, Matt, look, it's the two old white men. So just we can forget about and throw out the window all of that maddening shit that consumes people online about identity politics and who deserves what, and why do we have to have old white men? These are our two options, and the question for everyone is which one of them is good?
Which grandpa do you want to go to spend Christmas with?
Well,
the one who's
Jewish.
still sharp and tells you funny stories and gives you a little Werther's original, or the one who shears cement all over the walls and accuses you of being a Japanese soldier?
Okay, so I think thinking of the way, now we go negative.
Oh, yeah. And, and too bad that's when you could do it.
Yeah, now that's a zero-sum game.
But I think there's going to have to be a two-front thing because the Biden is crackers thing isn't going to work on his base, who are themselves also crackers.
Yes, exactly, yes.
I think we can actually peel away some of Biden's elder support, a significant amount maybe, by talking about Social Security. So I'm not saying we shouldn't talk about how he's crazy because he is very crazy, but that's not an ace in the hole because a lot of old people are like, you know what he means.
Yeah. That's how
I know
talk.
what he means.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There's his record on Social Security, which Bernie has already deployed to some good effect in Iowa and New Hampshire. That needs to be redoubled down upon starting right now, like full nuclear Armageddon on his record on Social Security and other things. I would say the other thing is just he is unelectable.
Yes,
he will lose to Donald Trump. There is not a single argument that you can make about Trump's corruption.
A vote for Biden is a vote for Trump.
You cannot make a single argument about Trump's corruption or denigration of the office if your nominee is Joe Biden, because it will boomerang back around on him. And I'm sorry, Hunter getting that job for a Ukrainian gas company for like $50,000 a month that he didn't even show up to. It's an obviously on its face corrupt no-show job. Biden is a fatally poisoned candidate. If you thought that Hillary Clinton email shit sunk her fucking campaign, what do you think the much more obvious and easy to understand corruption going on in the Biden family is going to do to him against Trump in a general election?
This is also, Biden is running against Trump is essentially the only way possible for the sitting president of the United States to campaign as an outsider against entrenched Washington interests.
Yes, yes.
He can replay the 2016 playbook to a T. Just do it the same thing over again. Now, the thinking of the Biden people when he decided to run this time was, damn, if it had been Biden instead of Hillary in 2016, Biden would have won. And that's true. But the thing is now, any kind of advantage he gets over not being as personally unpleasant and unliked as Hillary Clinton is totally invalidated by the incumbency advantage of Trump.
Here's another thing.
Both the incumbency and, as you said, simultaneous outsider. Like,
Yeah.
it's amazing.
He's fighting against the
he has
swamp.
both.
Here's
Yeah.
the other thing, though. Like, if you want to make the contrast between Biden now and Hillary Clinton in 2016, yes, Hillary Clinton was uniquely unliked and untrusted as a major politician in this country. But going into both the primary and the general election, she did have a genuine base of support of people who were like really dedicated to her campaign and really excited to vote for her. Not enough people.
She had her own
Biden
following.
has just got over by basically people in the last 48 hours who are just like, yeah, I guess.
Fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fine, I guess he's the guy. I guess he's the guy we have to vote for. Like there's nothing there that he's going to bring to the table other than like people who vote for the Democratic candidate as just kind of like a reflex, and that is a recipe for disaster. We've seen what this produces. We've already seen what's going to happen with this, and he's going to run the same campaign Hillary Clinton did, but less competently, which is somehow terrifying to think about. But I'm sorry. He's senile. He has Alzheimer's. His brain is not all there.
My God, if Hillary just collapsed on 9/11, what the hell is Joe Biden going to do on outdoor summer hoops day?
2020 outdoor summer hoops day.
One's just going to start shooting out of his tear ducts like a sprinkler system.
No, I mean, Virgil, you called into the FYM stream last night, and I think you said it exactly right. This is not like the victory we were all hoping for on Super Tuesday.
Right.
This was not Plan A.
This wasn't the one knockout punch where Sanders would accrue such a wide delegate lead over his nearest competitor that it would essentially put the nomination out of reach for everyone but himself.
Right.
Yeah, but
That was
now-
what we were hoping for. And
That's what.
and-
Also,
and-
that's what the polling was
Exactly.
leading towards in
It
the
looked
past
realistic.
few weeks on the momentum of Bernie Sanders winning the first three
Yeah.
early states. And the question after South Carolina, where Vice President Biden won by about 30 points, was okay. That this is coming 3 days before Super Tuesday. Is he going to get the momentum from that? Is that really going to matter, or is it that in this media environment that's not enough time? Enough people have voted early, or that the airwaves are just simply swamped with Bloomberg and Steyer ads that the normal rules of momentum are suspended, and that you can't really get momentum from anything anymore. And we did get the answer to that question. It's a mixture of one, that momentum, and two, the deal cutting.
Yes. Good old.
And we
you gotta
don't-
love a good deal.
I would love to know what those deals are made. All those cucks are. I mean, they were offered something.
Yeah.
And
With Buttigieg, it's very interesting because it's utterly unprecedented that someone could place in the top two in Iowa, New Hampshire, and then both states, and then be out before Super Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I said this on the FYM stream last night. I do think that part of it is, he ran out of money. And of course, part of it is rationally, he realized, I'm about to get owned everywhere on Super Tuesday. He's probably, pretty pissed about that. The fact that he got no love after doing unexpectedly well in Iowa and New Hampshire back when everyone thought that the establishment support would coalesce around him. That being said, I'm guessing state.
Yeah. I think state or defense.
State.
And,
He
you
is
know,
a troop after all.
and it makes sense for him because he has no political future outside of making a deal with one of the other Democrats because he cannot win a single office in his state of Indiana.
Yeah, and I have to imagine that Pete Buttigieg looked at the polls going into Super Tuesday and thought, okay, this moment, 2 days before Super Tuesday, is probably when I'm going to have the most leverage.
Yes.
Ever. And after Super Tuesday, when I get owned, I'm going to look like an asshole. One.
Yeah.
And two, that me being in this splits the everyone but Bernie vote to such a degree that I won't have anyone to cut a deal. And I also think Pete Buttigieg is someone who is ideologically opposed to Bernie Sanders, to Bernie Sanders' beliefs, and to you, the listener. And so he didn't want to be the guy who caused Bernie to win.
Here's something to put into perspective. In 1996, Bernie Sanders voted to legalize gay marriage. Joe Biden voted against it. Pete Buttigieg just endorsed Joe Biden. That's who he is.